Do you want to give a quick update? Saw the champion names, but with the player icons switched, I did miscall which player was playing which champion. So, welcome to the Solo King. This is a Korean 1v1 tournament featuring all of your favorite players, teams, and champions from this season of Champions. Currently into our final best of 3 of the night as Faker on Azir will be taking on Kane's Kennen. So, some alliteration there. It'll be interesting to see how this works out, and apologies for the champion player mismatch before this, but be interesting to see how this works out considering the summoner spell is chosen. Ignite, Flash for both laners, of course on opposite keys. Faker running Flash on D, it's Flash on F, whereas Kane is of course committing the cardinal sin of running Flash on D with Ignite on F. So I don't know, maybe he's going to dash his way to victory, but either way, it'll be no sustained starts for either player, no cloth armor, 5 health potions, or anything like that for Kane. It's just going to be Doran's Ring with some Total Biscuits of Rejuvenation, a longsword health potion start there, which I guess is fairly sustain heavy for Kane. He's walking forward and stops Faker's recall. I guess Yordles are meant to be annoying. Kane might actually go for the stop of the recall by walking over around the around the Raptor pit, but was unfortunately unable to stop that. So Faker heads back to base, won't be picking up any extra sustain, just healing off that early harass. And coming into the lane phase, traditionally we've seen Azirs have difficulty with AD carries that can shove them in early on. But Faker's Azir probably shares a few characteristics with Ganked by Mom's Azir, which was more than capable of winning his matchups earlier on today. Throwing out the Sand Soldier in the middle of the creep wave, but honestly Kane's shoved it in a little bit more quickly than Faker would have liked, and while he is going to lose 1 CS, should be able to hit most of these additional CS under turret. No, he's actually going to miss not 1 but 2 CS under turret. That's I think that's more than 2. Yeah, he missed 4 CS out of the first wave. Faker having some struggles here versus a Kane's Kennen who is all too willing to just continue auto attacking, shove this wave in over and over again, and start to get off to a little bit of an early CS lead. Of course, I can't emphasize enough how quickly small CS leads can turn into big ones, because specifically determining like the play style that the player wants to play. So for Kane on Kennen, he's going to be looking for a little bit more of an aggressive harass-based style, whereas Faker, I feel like less so harassing Kane as it is just putting on enough pressure so that he can keep the wave from getting shoved into his turret. One strategy to keep the wave from shoving into your turret is to go for this like consistent auto attack harass, because when you auto attack, the enemy minions actually hit your body, they don't hit your minions, so your minions survive a little bit longer and can counter push more effectively. Now that being said, it's actually kind of terrible to just take free damage from minions, but if it means getting the wave in a better situation, level 3 gonna dash on in there with the lightning rush. Ignite can be pushed onto there. Is Flash. Will Faker go in for the all-in? If he flashes in, he risks getting hit in the face by a Shuriken. One more auto attack. Faker thinking about the flash. Of course, counter flash available there for Kane. Faker hits level 4. He's going to have a big health advantage here over Kane, but Kane will sustain in the lane. Faker, though, probably not a fan of my my rhyme game, but underneath turret, once again, one auto attack away from death, and with a big wave of minions pushing in here, Faker gonna get a equally large CS lead. He's trying to make Kane stop his recall back from base, and it actually will stop that. Stay in lane is going to get a lot of additional experience and gold here. Faker stops his recall as well, so once again, we'll have to shove this wave out while Kane goes back to base. The biggest differential, at least as early on, was CS in favor of Kane, but now Faker has completely turned that around and is actually the one shoving Kane underneath his turret, really just punishing him for A, not bringing teleport, and B, having used his sustain up very early on. The ignites both burned at the same time, but with the range advantage, or at least range harass advantage off of Sand Soldiers, which, you know, don't cause Faker to take damage. Kane's, of course, back behind his turret. This is a terrible position to be in if you're Kane. And I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to accomplish here. He might have been looking for Faker to push through the turret, but Kane is just recalling out of sight. Ward placed in the lane there by Faker just to make sure that Kane is actually completely out of there. Heads back to base and whoa, a Fiendish Codex buy. This is the first Fiendish Codex that we've seen out of the entire tournament, and what's almost more interesting than the Codex is Kane's pickup of a Longsword and Amplifying Tome. And if you want to count the number of items to build out of that, I mean, you got Hextech Gunblade, which we'll never see built up in time, Trinity Force as well. But all big ticket items that you're never going to see them combined into. So for Kane's Kennen, Kane has been a player this tournament that has done a number of confusing things. From AP Nasus to Leona picks versus Malzahar. Maybe not things that you would necessarily expect, but we'll see if it is good enough to win this matchup. Holy hell. Sand Soldiers, while they do evaporate a little bit more quickly underneath turret, kind of mission accomplished there for Secret Agent Sand Soldier. Who's already putting the pain down onto Kane's Kennen. Faker, who with the auto attack cancels just for some extra style points, recognizes he is solidly in the lead by almost 20 CS here at 6.5 minutes. Faker might just win off CSing, kind of fighting himself here, just to pick up as much CS as possible. Now 50 to 30 CS, and more importantly, Faker's Azir kills turrets ridiculously quickly. With the use of a Rise on turrets, you get true damage on a turrets just by using a skill. You can use it in between your auto attacks. So it's just an incredibly high damage way to kill turrets early on. And so Faker's got a lot of options. Does he win by CS? Does he win by killing the turret? I think turret kill might actually be a little bit more likely. Faker will have to play this carefully. There's the flash in. He's going to get a lot of stuns there. Faker will get that Emperor's Divide, but Ignite is taking down. Is Faker dead from this one? Does have to micro behind the minions just to avoid this Razor Shuriken. There's flash in there. He's going to look for the shield. The counter kill. Ignite ticking down there, but Kennen very low as well. Faker will get a level up to level 7. Holy cow, this lane is ridiculous. Faker has already picked up a kill in this lane on my vocal cords, completely devastating them, and we'll look for damage on this turret, spamming out those auto attacks, and I think he just wins the game off this. There's the Arise cast on the turret, and Faker will take down game number 1. Some intense action. He'll spawn a turret of his own there, winning this 1v1 versus Kane.